Yananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Pancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Welcome to the Friday and Saturday series on the teachings of Lord Chaitanya to Sanatana Goswami, Sanatana Shiksha, along with the comparative study of the Dashamula Tattva. We have actually began the discussion of the Dashamula Tattva as originally taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami, after escaping from the prison and ultimately reaching the Lord, exhibiting his highest level of renunciation, becomes qualified to ask questions. And he principally asks 4 questions. Who am I? Why am I suffering? What is sadhya and what is sadhana? And Sanatana Shiksha constitutes Krishna Swarup, the identity of Krishna, Madhurya, the conjugal loving dealings of Krishna, conjugal love, Aishwarya, the opulence of Krishna, and Bhakti Ras, the mellows of devotional service. So this is what constitutes Sanatana Shiksha. And based on these questions, 4 questions asked by Sanatana Goswami, Mahaprabhu says, you know everything, but this is the lakshan of a sadhu that he still will ask. And then he is about to reply, give answers. Previously, Mahaprabhu asked questions and empowered Ramanand Rai to give answers. He only empowered Ramanand Rai to give answers. And Mahaprabhu himself heard. This time, Mahaprabhu gave the spiritual strength by the deep renunciation what Sanatana Goswami developed, the strength to ask questions. And now Mahaprabhu himself is going to reply. So we did not go into the answers given by Mahaprabhu in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. We took a detour in one sense. And this detour was important for several reasons, but mainly the main reason is because the answers which are given, which constitute what is the Dashamula Tattva, these answers are not chronological according to the 10 principles. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in his works like the Bhakti Aloka, Nishya article, Dashamula Tattva, Jaiva Dharma, he has systematically put these 10 truths. You can say he has systemized the philosophy. He has systemized the philosophy in a very logical way. But in the Sanatana Shiksha, it is not coming systematic. So that's why we went into what is Dashamula Tattva. And we decided to go from Bhaktya-loka article because it is very easily and simply presented. And we decided not to go into the Dashamula Tattva of Bhaktivinoda Thakur because there it is more evidences from other scriptures given. And in Jaiva Dharma, the flow is going on and the discussions have a logical thread of flow. So in between, Dashamula Tattva is inserted. So we found that best is to present from Bhaktya-loka Nishya article. So we, in the last class, discussed the Dashamula Tattva presented by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So I will just once again go through it and continue our discussion. So we have already seen these 4 Shiksha, what is there in Sanatana Shiksha? Krishna Sarup, Madhurya, Aishwarya, and Bhaktiras. And then the questions: who am I and why do I suffer? And then what is sadhana and what is sadhya? And Mahaprabhu says he appreciates, and this is Sadharma Pricha. And then we went into Bhaktya-loka. In Nishchay, Bhaktivinoda Thakur introduces the Dashamula Tattva. Nishchay means having no doubt. Faith is complete. And doubt is a sign of intelligence, I mentioned. So they act as brakes. And when doubts are resolved, then the intelligence next to the intelligence is the soul. The soul can make swift advancement. And 4.42 is quoted. Agyasha cha ashraddhadanasya samshayatma vanishati. Now, as long as doubts are there, firm conviction of the heart, of the soul in one sense, doesn't come. Faithful living entities are doubtless. And that's why Mahaprabhu taught Sambandha Abhideha Prayojan. And this is there in Sanatana Shiksha. And within this Sambandha Abhideha Prayojan, there are the 10 principles. There are 10 principal subjects in these 3 truths. So that is what is Dashamula Tattva. That the Vedas are the highest evidence. Krishna is supreme. Krishna is omnipotent. He is the fountainhead of all relationships and love. The living entities are his part and parcels. And they are marginal energy. They are under the sway of Maya. When they come out of the conditioned life, they are Mukta Jeev. And there is a Achinta Beda Beda Tattva, the relationship between the living entity and this material nature and the Lord. And how to realize all these 8 things? By practicing bhakti. This is the sadhana. And what is the sadhya? Pure love of Krishna. So these are the things. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, as I mentioned, has composed a Bengali verse which speaks about this Shamula Tattva. And I want at least 2 devotees to recite it. I'll first recite and then you can also recite. Amnaya praha tattvam harim iha paramam sarvashaktim rasabdhim tadbhinnam shamscha jivan prakriti kavalitan tadvimuktamscha bhavat bheda bheda prakasham sakalam ape hare sadhananam shuddha bhaktim sadhyam tat pritam eveti upadishati janan Gaurachandra Swayam Sa. I don't know the meter, frankly speaking. There's a particular meter you'll have to sing. So here in this verse, all these 10 truths are there. So who would like to recite? Yes, Parth Prabhu.
Thank you. Amnaya prahat tattvam harim iha paramam sarvashaktim rasabhim tad bhinnam samscha jivan prakriti kavalitan tad vimuktamscha bhavat bheda bhed prakasham sakalam api harehe sadhanam shuddha bhaktim satyam tat pritam eveti upadishati janan gaurachandra swayam saha.
Wow,
Thank
wonderful.
you, Prabhu.
Good, good. Anyone else? One more devotee should try. Anyone else would like to recite this? Nadiya Chaitanya Prabhuji. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Amnaya praha tattvam harim iha paramam sarva shaktim rasabdim tadbhinnam smasa cha jivan prakriti kavalitan tadvimuktam cha bhavat bheda bheda prakasham sakalam api hare sadhanam shuddha
Sadhana,
bhakti
sadhana nam.
sadhanam shuddha
Sadhana,
bhaktim.
sadhana. You know what is sadhana, na? Doing sadhana, sadhana
Yes,
nam.
Prabhu. Sadhananam shuddha bhaktim sadhyam tat pritim iveti upadisheti janan gaurachandra swayam sha.
Yes, okay. Amnaya is the Vedas, the higher evidence. So this is Praman. Based on this Praman, there are 9 Pramayas. Pramaya means that which is a statement from the Vedas, which is taken from the Vedas and proved. So what does the Vedas say? The Vedas say that Hari is Paramam. Hari is the supreme. This is the second Dashamula Tattva. He is Sarva Shaktiman. This is third. He is the ocean of Rasa. This is fourth. And fifth is his separated part and parcels of the Jivas. Some Jivas are Baddha Jiv. This is fifth. There are Mukta Jivs. This is sixth. And then the seventh is, no, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 7 is this. Eighth is there is a Bheda Bhed relationship between Hari and the Jivas. And how to understand all this? By practicing Shuddha Bhakti, sadhana. And what is the sadhya? Preeti. And Gaur Chandra instructed all these people, Swayam, personally. So this is how the Dashamula Tattva is there. So within the Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojan, there are these 10 truths. Sambandh means the Jiva's eternal relationship with the Lord. Abhidaya means to understand this relationship and to act according to it. Just like the husband and wife have a relationship. Now, when the relation is established, then having understood the relationship, then there is actions based on the relationship. The wife has to serve the husband. So like that. And the goal is prema, prayojan. So in that relationship, there is some happiness derived. So similarly, these are universal truths, sambandha, abhidaya, prayojan. And within this 3, there are these 10 truths. One is called as Praman, and Pramaya is 9 Pramayas based on the conclusion of the Vedas. Pramaya is that which is proved from the Praman. The statements from the Praman are proved. that Vedas say that Hari is supreme. Vedas say that he is Sarva Shaktiman. Vedas say that he is Rasabdim. Vedas say that there are jivas who are his marginal energy. Vedas say that some jivas under the control of Maya. Vedas say some are free from Maya. And there is, Vedas conclusively say that there is a simultaneous oneness and difference between the jiva and the Lord. And to understand this, it is by the process of bhakti. And Abhideya is, Prayojan is prem. So the 9 pramayas are there, and 1 to 7 deal with sambandh, 8th is Abhideya, 9th is Prayojan. So till this point, we have discussed in our last class. Now, any questions up till now you have? Any questions, any clarifications? This is very important for us to understand, because without this foundational knowledge of the Dashamula Tattva, we cannot really understand Mahaprabhu's teachings or Sanatana Shiksha. And as I was mentioning in the last class, that Sanatana Goswami's book Brahat Bhagavatamrit is the foundational book for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Based on this book, all the scriptures of the Gaudiya Vaishnava have come out. So important, Sanatana Goswami and Sanatana Shiksha is. So it's very important that we understand the Dashamula Tattva. So any questions or any clarifications, please feel free to raise your hands and ask. Now, okay. Now what I'm going to do is, each of these 10 truths, Dashamula Tattva, I will be presenting them. Now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur presents these 10 truths. Later on, as I mentioned, Pramaya is that which is conclusively derived from the Vedas. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives evidence to prove how Vedas are the highest evidence, to prove how Krishna is in the Vedas proclaimed as a supreme. He gives scriptural evidence to prove these Praman or Pramaya. And all the scriptural evidence he gives are from Sanatana Shiksha, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So what we will be doing now in our comparative study is that first I will present these 10 truths to you, at least first 8. Sadhana and Sadhya we will present later on. First 8 we will present. And you can see here, among these 10, 7 are dealing with Sambandh. 1 is dealing with Abhideya and 1 truth is dealing with Prayojan. 1 is Praman, which is Vedas. So, which is most important among Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojan, among the 10 truths? So, which is important? Is it Sambandha or is it Abhideya or Prayojan? Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, it's Prayojan.
Any other answers?
Because I heard last class, I wasn't present for that class, but I was going through the class. So
It is Sambandh. It is Sambandh. So you can just see the evaluation. There are 7 things spoken about Sambandha.
Yes.
Out of 7, out of 9, 7 are dealing with Sambandha. Only 1 truth is about Abhideya and 1 truth is about Prayojan. And in the last class, we were discussing how without deeply rooted in Sambandha and practicing, we cannot practice Abhideya and we cannot get Prayojan. And I gave examples of how Ajamil called out his son. He did not call out in relationship with Narayan, the Lord of Vaikuntha. But yet, he was free from all sin and Vishnudutas came to rescue him. In the Vishnuduta and the Yamduta Samvad, he heard the glories of the Lord. He got Sambandha Gyan. Now, with that Sambandha Gyan, he practiced Bhakti for the next 6 years and then got the Prayojan, Krishna Prem, and then went back to Vaikuntha. I gave another example of the fisherman who caught in the net Mahaprabhu, who had escaped from the Gambhira. This is when in the Shesh Leela or the Anta Leela, when Mahaprabhu used to go into deep ecstasy. And just fisherman caught him in the net. He thought it is a fish, but coming and touching the Mahaprabhu's body, he also attained Krishna Prem directly without any Sambandha, Abhidaya practicing. He directly got Prema. So these are rare examples. That is the point, that without found Sambandha deeply rooted, we cannot practice properly Abhidheya and then cannot get goal prayojan. So this was a very important point. So Sambandha Gyan is very, very important. So what we will do is, as I was mentioning, we will study the 10 truths, what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is presenting. Then we will go back to Sanatana Shiksha. And in Sanatana Shiksha, these 10 truths are not presented in a chronological order. Maybe the third truth is first, or the fifth one is there in Sanatana CC verses. So you'll have to identify which truth Mahaprabhu is speaking, because you are already now thorough with the 10 truths. So you'll have to carefully hear, and I will give you these slides. You can go through it. And then Mahaprabhu is going to give evidence. The same evidence even Bhaktivinoda Thakur is going to give as evidence. So I hope it is clear now. Yes, Parsati Prabhuji, you have a question?
Yes, Prabhuji, under prompts. Here, I just want to know, Dashamula Tattva is the essence of Sanatana Shiksha, or what is Dashamula Tattva, the essence of? What is?
There is nothing called as Dasamula Tattva essence. There are 10 truths in Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojan. Mahaprabhu taught Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojan. Vedas deal with 3 things. All Vedas deal with 3 subjects. Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojan. Now within this Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojan, there are 10 truths, which is called as Dashamula Tattva. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Any other questions? So I hope for the methodology of now our comparative study is very clear to all of you. We will now chronologically, logically go through the 10 truths Bhaktivinoda Thakur is presenting, and then we will directly go to CC, where Mahaprabhu is now answering Sanatana Goswami's question. So Mahaprabhu might present the 5th truth or the 6th truth directly. So you will have to tell which truth Mahaprabhu is presenting, and Mahaprabhu will give evidence. And same Bhaktivinoda Thakur is also going to give evidence, and we will see that how they are matching. So that's the point. I hope it is clear for everyone. If it is clear, raise your hands. Is it clear or no? Only one hand is raised. What about others? Are they there or no then? Nadiya Chaitanya Prabhu, Parsarthi Prabhu, Atul Prem Gaur Prabhu, Geeta Mataji, Reena Mataji, Archana Mataji, are you clear about it? No response. Okay, fine. I don't know about the others. Okay, so now we will start our Dashamula Tattva discussion. So Dashamula Tattva, Shabd Praman is highest. Amnaya. Amnaya means the Vedas. The Vedas are called as Amnaya. That is the highest truth. Shabda is highest. So now Mahaprabhu is going to prove it. Okay. Please don't type anything on the chat box. You have to use the chat box only if there is some sound issue. If there is any question you have to ask, you can always raise your hand. So you'll have to hear the previous sessions to get the flow of thought connection, because each of the sessions are connected. Okay. So Shabd Praman is the highest. Okay. And again, another question. Yes, Parsati Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I just wanted to know that if we claim to know that we know Dashamula Tattva, that means we know complete Bhagavatam, the Vedas.
These are principles, these Dashamula Tattva. Okay. Once you know this, any book, Gaudiya book, or which is there in the Vedic canon, like I'll give you one example. Maybe I'll have to take a class on Sambandha Abhidaya and Prayojan, and then only it becomes clear. In Bhagavad Gita, there are many verses which give Sambandha Gyan. Which give Sambandha Gyan. Okay. Now you will, when you study Bhagavad Gita, you will understand, oh, these verses are speaking about Sambandha Gyan. And there are verses which speak about Abhidaya. Now, okay, I'll remove the Bhagavad Gita, and you'll have to tell me which this verse, whether it is speaking about Sambandha, Abhidaya or Prayojan. Okay. Let us see. Maybe if you all do well in this discussion, then I will consider that we can go ahead with discussion of the Dashamula Tattva. Otherwise, we'll have to go to the concept of Sambandha, Abhidaya and Prayojan. So this verse 9.34, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mam Eveshasi Yuktainam Atmanam Mat Parayana. This verse is speaking about Sambandha or Abhidaya or Prayojan. Please tell me. Who will tell me? Raise your hands. What about others? Nadia, Chetan Prabhu? Yes.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Sambandha, it was saying, Prabhu.
Okay. Hemant Kumar?
Prabhuji, it is, I think, Abhidaya because it tells what we have to do.
Yes, you're right. You're right. It is Abhidaya. So I don't think so devotees are clear about the concept of Sambandha, Abhidaya, Prayojan. So I feel it is pertinent that we discuss Sambandha, Abhidaya and Prayojan. There is no, without this knowledge, we cannot proceed with the Dashamula Tattva because the Dashamula Tattva are derived from Sambandha, Abhidaya, Prayojan. So now I'm straight going to the concept of Sambandha, Abhidaya, Prayojan. Just give me a second now. I'll have to go to that concept of Sambandha, Abhidaya, Prayojan. Okay. Just opening it. Yes. Okay. So yes, before now we go to Dashamula Tattva, we will discuss the concept of Sambandha, Abhidaya, Prayojan and then only go ahead. Sambandha, Abhidaya and Prayojan. In the analysis of Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada has categorized the subject matters of Bhagavad Gita under the following captions. Part 1, man's eternal relationship with Godhead. This is Sambandha. Part 2, Section 1, man's duty towards Godhead. This is Abhidaya. Section 2 is nature of Godhead. And part 3 is what? Man's ultimate necessity and perfection of life. So Prabhupada himself wrote a commentary on the Gita and how to study the Gita. Like a Bhakti Shastri course, he analyzed the Gita based on these, he himself wrote this article, which was published many years back by the Mayapur Academy. So in this article, how to study the Gita, based on Sambandh, Abhideya and Prayojan. Prabhupada has written a very, very nice article. So I have picked up that article from here. So part 1 is Sambandha, part 2 is Abhideya, which has 2 parts in it. And part 3 is Prayojan. You can see, right? Perfection of life, Prayojan. This is duty towards Godhead is Abhideya. And Sambandha, this is Sambandha. So this is the reference. Bhagavan Sambandha Bhakti Abhideya Hoy. Prema Prayojan Veda Teen Vastu Kahe. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the central point of all relationships. Bhagavan Sambandh. Acting in devotional service to him is one's real occupation. Bhakti Abhideya Hoy. And the attainment of love of Godhead is the ultimate goal of life. Prema Prayojan. These 3 subjects are described in the Vedic literatures. Veda Teen Vastu Kahe. This is the answer to Partha's question. Any Vedic text will have this Sambandha Gyan, Abhideya Gyan and Prayojan Gyan. This is what you'll have to study in the Vedas. So these principles are given. So I call it as SAP, relation, process and goal. Now this Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojan is a universal principle. It applies to everything. It applies to everything. I give the example of a BMW car. One is having liking for cars. He loves cars. And suddenly the new BMW model he sees. The moment he sees the BMW car, his heart is attracted to the car. There is a relationship which is established now in his heart between his heart and the BMW. And if you remember in the last class I was telling, first you reach the Prayojan. From the Prayojan you go to Sambandha, Abhideya and then again go to Prayojan. So now I want BMW. I want to have that car. So we have established something. Now what is the process to get the car? Oh, the car. You'll have to get knowledge. Go to the showroom, ask the price. It is costing 80 lakhs. I'm running a business company which is making profit of 10 crores with, a turnover of 10 crores and profits of maybe 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs. But I have to increase my business to say 20 crores. So next 3 years, I'm working very hard to increase my business so that ultimately I can generate more profits. And with those profits, I can buy the BMW car. After 2-3 years working and then getting a small bank loan, at last you go to the shop, the car shop, and purchase the BMW car. You attained your goal, the car. You feel prema in your heart, you rejoice in your heart. And then you're driving now the BMW and you're happy. That happiness doesn't stay for a long. You all know that. Suddenly you see passing a Jaguar car and you start feeling envy. Now you say, why this person has that car? I want to have that bigger car. So even the relationship between man and woman, the attraction, the man becomes attracted to the girl and he falls in love with the girl. Someone is established. Now how to, find out the family of the girl, where she lives, follow the girl. I'm just giving a very mundane example. Please forgive me. Just to make the concept clear. So all that is Abhideya. And ultimately, when he marries the girl, he attains Prayojan, Prema. But again, that also doesn't last for long. We all know that. Because all these objects of where we want to repose our love, these objects are material first and they are temporary. Krishna is the real Vedam Vastavam Vastu. He is the Vedam Vastavam Vastu, Srimad Bhagavatam 112. And he is eternal, the soul is also eternal, and that relationship is also eternal. So that's why the Sambandha deity is Radha Raman, Madan Mohan. And the Abhideya deity is Goinje, which gives knowledge, the knowledge of the scriptures. And Prayojan is Gopinath. So relationship, process, and goal. Bhagavan Sambandha, Bhakti Abhidhaya, Prema Prayojan, Veda Tina Vastu Kahe. Now this is for those who are practicing Bhakti Yoga. They want to establish someone with Bhagavan. Now please think carefully and answer me. For Gyan Yoga, what is the object? Instead of Bhagavan here, what it will come? And what is their process which the Gyan Yogis follow? And what is their goal? Please tell me, raise your hands. Who will answer? Dr. Archana Mataji, yes.
He will read scriptures or the books. So he will create sambandha with books.
No, ma'am. Please understand. Please understand. We are also reading Bhakti books, na?
Yes.
See, we are practicing the Bhakti Marg. Okay, that is our Abhidheya. So the Gyanis will practice which type of yoga? We are practicing Bhakti Yoga. They are practicing which yoga?
Jnana Yoga.
Dhyan Yoga. So Jnana Abhidaya hai. So then what is their sambandh? They want to establish sambandh with whom? I want you all to think. I know this is a little difficult because concepts are always a little difficult.
The ultimate truth, the basic
Ultimate truth.
principle.
No, Krishna is also the ultimate truth. Is there object of meditation Krishna?
No, knowledge.
Then what? No. What is their object of meditation? Please think about it. What is their object of meditation?
Not able.
Okay. What is their ultimate goal? At least tell me. Try. There's no harm in trying. What is their ultimate goal?
To gain the knowledge, complete knowledge.
Goal. You have already told, they are studying Gyan Yoga scriptures. That is Abhidheya. What is the goal? Here the goal of Bhakta Yoga is Prema. Correct? So what is their goal?
Knowledge.
No. Okay, I would like to ask Parsarthi. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My answer is Brahman is the central point of all of their relationship.
Sambandh. Correct. Brahman Sambandh. Then
Yeah, Jnana Yoga is the Abhidheya.
Abhidheya.
They have to completely control the senses, not even marry, and then study the
No.
scriptures.
Don't go into the details. Just say Gyan Yoga. Gyan is
Jnana
their
Yoga.
sadhana. That is their sadhana.
And
Correct.
Mukti is the Prayojan.
Liberation. Mukti is the Prayojan. Okay. So now, good. At least, got it. Now, please think carefully. For Ashtang Yogis, what is Sambandha? What is Abhidheya? And what is their Prayojan? Who will answer for Ashtang Yogis? Who will answer? Otherwise, I'll have to ask them. Who has raised? No, Partha, I'll not give you chance. Hemant Kumar.
Prabhuji, the yoga sadhana that they do is the Abhidheya.
Which yoga is it is called?
Ashtang Yoga Paddhati.
Yes, please tell that. Ashtang Yoga is the Abhidheya. Okay, wow.
Abhidheya.
What is Sambandh? Go systematically, na? First this, then second, third. They want to establish Sambandh with whom? What is the object of meditation for the yogis?
Yogis, object of meditation.
Okay. Reena Mataji has raised her hand. Yeah.
हाँ, हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी। उनका परमात्मा मतलब वो परमात्मा में
या,
योग मेडिटेट करते हैं।
हाँ, परमात्मा संबंध, अभिधेय, अष्टांग योगा. Yes.
हाँ, यस यस
And what is the prayojan?
प्रभु जी एक्चुअली ना
What is their
हाँ
goal?
उनका मतलब बस परमात्मा में वो परमात्मा लेवल पे वो ध्यान लगाते हैं और मतलब
What is prayojan? I'm asking. What is their goal?
देयर गोल इज टू मतलब टू गेन परमात्मा, मतलब परमात्मा को उनको मिलना है बस, दैट इज
Yes, Dr. Archana Mataji.
Samadhi prayojan.
Samadhi prayojan, no. This is like, in school ABCD they teach, no? This is ABCD knowledge of spiritual life. But of course, I know that it is not taught from beginning. That's why it's difficult. Mohini Radhika Mataji has raised her hand. Yes, Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी। प्रभु जी उनका गोल टू परमात्मा में लीन होना।
Yes, that is merging, liberation. Liberation. Correct. So, Brahma Sambandha, Gyan Yoga Abhidheya, and Mukti Prayojan. This is for Gyanis. Paramatma Sambandha, Ashtang Yoga Abhidheya, and Mukti Prayojan. This is for Ashtang Yogis. But for Bhakti Yogis, Bhagavan Sambandha, Bhakti Abhidheya, and Prem Prayojan. Now I'll ask another question. For those who are practicing Karma Kanda, you'll have to tell me Sambandh, Abhidheya, Prayojan. Think about it. Take a minute and answer me systematically. Sambandh first, Abhidheya, and then Prayojan. I want others also to participate. Okay, Reena Mataji, yes.
हाँ, हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी। उनका संबंध मतलब देवी देवता से होता है, मतलब दे वांट इंद्रिय तृप्ति।
Yes,
तो
correct. Different demigods for different desires, so they try to establish sambandh with them. What is their abhideya?
अभिधेय दे मतलब डू ऑल कर्मकांडी
Yagyas?
एक्टिविटी, कर्मकांडी एक्टिविटीज
Karma Kanda, yeah, Karma Kanda, correct. And what is their prayojan?
देयर प्रभु जी स्वर्ग।
Yes, excellent. Very good, very good, very good. Excellent answer. Okay, so I hope now the concept of Sambandha Abhidheya Prayojan is getting clear. You have raised your hand. Do you have any question, Parsarthi Prabhu?
No, Prabhuji, I don't have question. My answer for goal of Ashtanga Yogi was Siddhi.
No, ultimately the siddhis, while they practice, they get the siddhis, but ultimately their goal is to merge in the mukti. It is, it is liberation. Okay, the siddhis are byproducts which come. Okay. Oh, I have put here. I did not know that. So here is a chat. Sambandha Vidya Prayoj. Sambandh. For Bhakti path, it is Bhagwan. For the other paths, Brahman or Paramatma. The Acharyas in Gaudiya line is Sanatana Goswami. The Shastras are Brihad Bhagavatamrit. Abhidheya for Bhakti path is Bhakti. For other path, it is Gyan Yoga, Ashtang Yoga. The Acharya for Abhidheya is Rupa Goswami. The Shastras are Upadesha Amrit, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Now, please remember, it's not that Brihad Bhagavatamrit only Sambandha is there. There also Abhidheya and Prayojan is there, but focus is Sambandha there more. Don't think that Updeshamrit doesn't have only Abhidheya. There is also Sambandha, Abhidheya and Prayojan, but Abhidheya is more, Abhidheya is more emphasized. Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu also there is Sambandha, Abhidheya and Prayojan, but Abhidheya is the more emphasis. Prayojan, for Bhakti path it is Prem. For other paths, it is impersonal revelation. Our Acharyas Raghunath Das Goswami, and Manas Shiksha and other works are there, which are books which deal with prayojan, goal. When you want to attain the goal, then you'll have to read those kind of books. Just like, when you're doing PhD, you'll refer some books. When you're studying engineering, you'll not refer PhD books, right? When you're doing post-graduation, you'll refer post-graduation books, something like that. So even in Manashiksha, there is sambandha spoken, some verses. Some verses are prayojan, abhidheya. But it is mainly speaking how to attain prayojan. So that's why uh, uh, Manashiksha is a prayojan shastra book. Updeshamrit is a abhidheya shastra. Brihad Bhagavatamrit is a sambandha shastra. So now I am giving you the verses from the Chaitanya Charitamrit, which speak about Sambandha Abhidheya Prayojan. Jayatam Suruto Pango Mama Manda Matirgati Matsarvasya Padam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano. Glory to all merciful. Jayatam Suruto, Radha and Madan Mohan. Radha Madan Mohano. I am lame and ill-advised. Pangur Mama Manda Matirgati. Yet they are my directors and their lotus feet are everything too. Mat Sarvasya Padambojo. So Madan Mohan deity attracts us. Radha Madan Mohan attracts the soul towards the Supreme Soul. It is sambandh. When we see Madan Mohan, we become very attracted and we establish the relationship. So we are attracted to the things of this world. So Madan Mohan attracts us now to the real object, that is Krishna. So that's why this is our sambandh deity. Then this Divya Vrindaranya Kalpa Drumahad Srimad Ratnagar Simhasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Ishtalebi Sevyamano Smarami. In the temple of jewels, Srimad Ratnagar in Vrindavan, Divyat Vrindaranya, underneath a desire tree, Kalpa Drumad, Shri Radha Govind, Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo, served by their most confidential associates, Prishta Lebi Sevyamano. So there is, Sambandh is established, there is Seva now. Seva is Abhideya. Bhakti is what? Abhideya. Sit upon an effulgent throne, Simhasanasto, I offer my humble obeisances to them. Smarami. So this is the shloka, which is the Radha Govinda Dev, which gives knowledge. And then Shriman Rasarasa Rambi Vamshi Vata Tatastita Karshan Venu Swaner Gopi Gopinata Shayastuna. Sri Srila Gopinath, who originated the transcendental mellow of Rasa dance, Shriman Ras Rasarambi, stands on the shore in Vamshivata Tatastita, and attracts the attention of the cowherd damsels with the sound of his celebrated flute. Karshan Venu Swaner Gopi. May they all confer upon us their benediction. Shreya Stuna. So ultimately, the highest pleasure is the loving exchanges, prema, between the gopis and Krishna. And Gopinath is the deity. Gopiyon ke nath hai wo. So there is Sambandha deity, Madan Mohan, Abhidheya deity who gives knowledge about bhakti, that is Govindev, and Gopinath is the Prayojan deity. So this is how Sambandha, Abhidheya, Prayojan. Now in the Upanishads, there is what is spoken as the Tattva Traya. Tattva means truth, Traya means three. Jiva, Jagat, Jagadishwar. Jiva, Jagat, and Jagadishwar. If you know the Bhagavad Gita, there are 5 subjects spoken. Ishwar, Jiva, Prakriti, Kal, and Karma. So out of these 5 principles, 3 are Sambandh. Ishwar, Jiva, and Prakriti is Jagat. Means God, the living entity, and material nature, and their relationship. So that is called Sambandh Gyan. So what is Sambandh Gyan? What is the Jiva's relationship with the Lord? What is the Lord's relationship with the Jiva? What is the relationship between the Jiva and the Jagat? What is the relationship between the Jagatishwar and the Jagat? What is the relationship between the Jagadishwar and the Jiva and the Jagat together also? So all these three constitute what is called as Sambandha Gyan. They constitute what is Sambandha Gyan. So now I will open the Gita and show you where this Sambandha Gyan, whether you'll have to tell me whether it is speaking about Jiva or Jagat or Jeev and Jagat or Jeev or Jagadishwar. So which Sambandha Gyan is being spoken in which verse? You will have to tell me. So please little carefully think and answer. Which Tattva is spoken? Jiva Tattva is spoken, or Prakriti Tattva is spoken, or Ishwar Tattva is spoken, or whether it is Ishwar and Prakriti Tattva spoken, or Ishwar and Jiva Tattva spoken in each of the verses of the Gita. You will have to do this exercise, otherwise you will not understand Sambandha Gyan. And once you have this Sambandha Gyan concept clear and you approach the Gita, you understand what exactly is being spoken in the Gita. These three things are only spoken. Veda 18 vastu kahe. So I am showing you this verse. Please raise your hand and tell me in this verse which tattva is spoken, whether it is Jiva tattva, Prakriti tattva or Ishwar tattva. Bhumi rapo anulovayu kham anurbuddhirevacha ahankarityame bhinna prakriti ashtada. Which tattva is being spoken here in this verse? I will ask those who are not raising their hands. Geeta Mataji, which verse is being spoken here? Which tattva among the tattvatraya? Atul Gaur Prem Gaur Prabhu? Atul Prem Gaur Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. Prabhu, I am very, very sorry actually. This is the first time I am attending Prabhu. I registered, but I couldn't be able to manage my time.
No, but
actually.
today you have been there from the start of the class, right?
Little bit late, Prabhu. That's 10, 10,
But
10
when I
15
started
minutes late.
when I started discussing Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojan, you were there.
Yeah, I was Prabhu, just but another something. So I was driving actually. That time I was hearing. Anyway, Prabhu, I am thinking that this is in between the Prakriti and in between Prakriti and Prabhu, our
Is what?
Jeev and
Prakriti
Prakriti.
and? Huh?
Jeev and Prakriti.
Is there anywhere Jiva here? Tell me.
Not but Man, Buddhi.
Yeah,
So
these are material elements and spiritual elements. There is any Atma here, mind and intelligence.
Mad Buddhi Hankar means this is a subtle body.
Yeah,
Subtle
is it
body and
made of material or is it spiritual?
spiritual, subtle body and Prakriti.
No. I
No?
think no. Okay, Reena Mataji, which tattva is this speaking about?
Prabhuji, Prakriti and Bhagwan.
Where is Bhagwan here?
मतलब भगवान मेरे
Where is
मतलब बता
Bhagwan
रहे
in this verse? You are telling me where Bhagwan is there?
भगवान वही बताए कि मेरी भूमि
No. See, please think carefully in this verse. See, Bhagwan is speaking the verses, so don't include who is the speaker. What this verse, which tattva is discussing, whether it is Jiva tattva, Ishwar tattva, or Prakriti tattva. Answer that.
प्रकृति तत्व.
Yes. This is how you have to understand. Without this three foundational concepts clear, Sambandha, Abhidaya, Prayojan, you cannot understand the Bhagavad Gita. Now, text 7.5. Aparayam itastu anyam prakritim viddhim me param jiva bhutam mahabhavo edam dharete jagat. Which tattva is being spoken about? Jiva tattva, Prakriti tattva, Jagadishwar tattva, or a combination of two, or a combination of three? Who will answer? Mohini, Radhika, Mataji, which tattva is being spoken here?
Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, Jiva Tattva.
Jiva tattva. Any other tattva is there?
1 minute.
Where
And
Bhagwan
Prakriti.
is there? No, no, no. There is no Bhagwan here nor Prakriti. Here it is mentioned that this Jiva is superior energy. Prakriti Vidyame Param. But there is no Prakriti mentioned here. It is superior, superior to the material energy. That's it is mentioned. It is Jiva Tattva. Now please look into this verse. Etadyonini bhutani sarvanityupadaraya aham krishnasya jagata prabhava pralayastata. Etad means, please understand these two natures. These two natures means the Jiva Tattva, which is in 7.5, and the Prakriti Tattva, the material energy, which composes these 8 elements. These are material elements. These are not spiritual. So Krishna is saying these two, what? Yoni, the source of both. The Yoni means source of birth, is me. Aham, Krishna is saying. No? So now please carefully think among the Tattvatraya, what is being spoken? Which all truths have been spoken in the Tattvatraya? Think about it. I am showing you now the chart also, PPT. Please think about it and answer. I want to see others also answer. Dr. Archana Mataji, you can try. I'll show you the verse also. 1 second.
Prabhuji, I'm unable to see the verse, but it's all three.
Now,
I'm
yes,
unable
you
to
are
see the slide.
now you're able to see it or no? Now I'm sharing the slide. Huh?
No.
Okay, 1 minute. I'll
I
again.
couldn't see last 2 slides also.
Now?
No, it's downloading actually.
Now?
No.
What about others? Others are able to see the Veda base?
I'm not able to see. It's just that downloading sign is going on.
I think your net is the issue then.
Must be.
Yeah.
But it's all three. Etat, Jeev, Prakriti and God himself, Jagadishwar.
Yes. So there is some background disturbance. Okay. So in this verse, it is Etad, these two, Jivan Jagat, Yonini Bhutani. I am the source of it. Aham, Krishna is saying, I, Jagadishwar. I create and maintain and destroy. Jiva is eternal, but now he's caught in the temporary manifestation. So these all three are being discussed. So I hope now you're a little bit getting idea of what is Sambandh Gyan and the Tattvatraya, how to, in each of the verses identify it. Okay. Now I'll share the screen again. This verse, Matta Parataram Nanyat Kinchidasti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvam Idam Proktam Sutre Manigana Iva. Which all tattvas have been spoken among the Tattvatraya? Which other tattva spoken and which relationship? Who will answer? Partha. I want to see others. Mohini Radhika Mataji. Yes.
Prabhuji, it's Ishwar Tattva is spoken here.
And and
Oh. And I think, Prabhuji, all three, no? Because if everything rests upon me, then everything includes Prakriti and Jiva also, right?
yeah, but it is specifically the Prakriti. It's specifically idam proktam, the material energy. It's the material energy. So the relationship about with the Lord and this Jagat, that there is no truth superior to him, and this this whole material manifestation is Mai sarvam idam proktam. I am manifest everywhere in this material manifestation, just like Sutre Maniganaiva. That's what Krishna is saying. So Krishna's relationship with the Jagat and himself is being discussed here. Are you getting this? Is it clear or no? Yes or no? Is it clear, Mohini Radhika Mataji?
Prabhuji, I have a little doubt here because when we say about the beads, I mean, and they all strung together with the thread. So here is not Lord talking about like Lord is the like हमारे में जो सब common जो बांध के रखे वो Lord हैं. So is it not that Jiva Tattva also can come here, Prabhuji?
Yeah, but specifically it is how the Lord is manifest in this world. How is manifest in through his creation. The creation is also actually in one sense the Lord, but it's not the highest. There is also the Lord who is in a spiritual form in the spiritual world. So that is what is being spoken here.
So Prabhuji,
So it
when
is
we have to try to connect every shloka, as you said, like with Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojan.
Abhideya and Prayojan, yes.
So we should not be going behind the words, we should be going behind the essence. Is it like that, Prabhuji?
No, first of all, you have to understand that these verses are speaking about Sambandha or Abhideya or Prayojan. If you understand and then study based on this tool, with this conceptual tool, you study the Vedic text, then your understanding of the Vedic knowledge becomes clear, and then you can practice it and implement it in life. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'll show you another verse. Okay.
Ji.
I'll show you another verse and you only answer. Now I'm sharing the screen. Mamevamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana manashashtani indriyani prakritistani karshati. Here, which tattvas are being spoken and what relationship? What is the relationship? What between what and what relationship is being spoken among the tattvas? Mohini Radhika Mataji, you only answer.
So Prabhuji, here again, I think all the three tattvas have been spoken here.
Yes, yes. You tell me now, in this line now. Mamevamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatan. Which tattvas are spoken?
Jiva Tattva Mamevanshe Jiva Loke. So here Jiva Tattva, Jiva Bhuta again. And Prakriti Manashashtina, I heard
No. Don't go ahead. Please don't go ahead. Hold on. Only
Okay.
this particular line. Relationship
Okay,
between whom and whom it is being spoken.
It's between Lord, Ishwar, and Jiva.
Yes. So the Jiva and Jagat, Krishna is saying Mama. Jagdishwar is saying my. The Jiva is my part and parcel. So the living entity and the Jiva's relation is being spoken in the first part of the verse. Is it clear?
Yes.
And now the Lord is saying, Manashashtani Indra, the Jiva now is caught up in the Jagat and is struggling hard with the mind and the senses. So the Jiva and Jagat relationship is given. The Jagat and Jagdishwar relationship is not there in this verse. Okay? Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear to all of you? The Jagat and Jagdishwar relationship is not there in this verse. So you can see, if you have this conceptual tool of Sambandha, Abhidhaya and Prayojan very clear, then you can, when you study the Gita study becomes very, very fruitful and very, very relishable. Now I am just going to show another verse and you will have to tell me, Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sachararcharan hetunanena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. Moini Radhakamataji, you only can now answer again. Which relationship between which tattvas is being spoken?
Uh,
Take your own time.
yes,
Maya
give 1 minute.
adhyakshena prakriti. Sorry, I have
Prabhuji,
unmuted it.
here, yeah. Prabhuji, it's between Lord and his energies, like, Prakriti.
Yes, it is between Jagdishwar and Jagat. And the Lord is saying what? That this Jagat is under my superintendence. This Jagat is created by me and it is under my control. So the relationship between the Jagat and the Jagdishwar. This Jagat is not created by the Jiva and it is controlled by the Jiva. In fact, the Jiva is under the control of the Jagat now. Although the Jiva is superior energy. So like that, when you have this Tattvatraya knowledge and the Sambandha Abhidheya Prayojan concept very clear, Sambandh Gyan, then it becomes, the study becomes very fruitful and you can relate. Please think about it. You are functioning in a world, in a society based on relationships. If you're in a house, you have the husband has a relationship with the wife has a relationship with the husband, but there are other family members. And if you don't know what the relationships are, then you cannot act. You just cannot act. The father-in-law, mother-in-law, if you don't know their relationship, you cannot serve them. If you don't know the relationship between the mother and the child, that it is my child, you will not act in that relationship. So Sambandh Gyan is like that. So only when you know Sambandh Gyan is clear, then you practice Abhidheya. Oh, this is my son. I have to serve my son. When what is the goal? There can be loving reciprocations. Because prema is the goal always. So this is how Sambandh Gyan is very, very important for us to understand. Now I'm going to give you another example to point out about, I have spoken about 9.34, which speaks about Abhidheya, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto. There are other verses also, but now I cannot go into again more details, but let us see. 1 minute, let me. Okay, this is a little difficult verse. Please carefully we'll go through and then you tell me. This is 13.35. Kshetra Kshetra Gayor Gyevam Antaram Jnana Chakshusha Bhuta Prakritim Moksham Cha Ye Viduryanti Te Param. So among the Sambandha Gyan, where is the Tattatraya, Jiva, Ishwar or Jagdishwar and Jagat? What is spoken? Is there any Abhidheya or Prayojan also? You'll have to tell me. Who will answer this? Who will answer this? I know we have been not trained to study Shastra like this. This is the first time I think maybe you all are, uh, once concepts are usually very difficult to digest. It takes a lot of time because you have to use your intelligence and do a lot of churning. But when you do like this, the purification of the intelligence happens, and over a period of time, or years also study like this, then it will yield very fruitful results. So yes, Parsarthi Prabhu, let us see what, which all truths have been spoken among the Tattvatraya, and is there any Abhidheya or Prayojan spoken?
No,
Yeah,
Prabhuji, actually, two things. First of all, I had a doubt in the earlier verses which was
No.
discussed.
First
Secondly,
you answer this, then we'll take up the questions last.
the translation I need to see. Then only I can
The
say.
translation I'm showing you here below. Kshetra means the body, and Kshetragya means the knower of the body, that is the soul. Who will answer this now? Dr. Archana Mataji. Yes. Yeah.
Prabhuji, it's Jeev, Jagdishwar and Prayojan. Kshetra, Kshetrajna and
Kshetra,
Vibration.
yeah, in one sense you can, Kshetragya is also the soul. It is Jeev also, there is Jagat also, and there is one more Kshetragya, but here the discussion is between only the Jeev and the Jagat.
Yes. We
Jagdishwar
are
is
talking
not,
about moksha also. So Prayojan is
no,
also.
Jeev and Jagat, the knower of the body and the body, the knower of the body is the soul, and the body is made of material and metal. So Jeev and Jagat, basically it is here. And one who, who can realize this knowledge, he can become liberated from the Jagat and attain liberation. So this is Prayojan here. Yes, correct. You're correct. Now, I'm just going to this verse and think a little carefully and answer this. Kshetragyam chapi mam vidhi sarvashetreshu bharata kshetragayor jnanam yattajnanam matam mama. So kshetragyam, the knower of the field, cha also api mam, I. You should know that I am also kshetragya. What kind of kshetragya I am? Sarvashetreshu bharata. Kshetra means the body. Kshetragyayor. Kshetragyayor is dvivachan. That means both. That is the Jiva and the Paramatma. That constitutes knowledge, according to me. Oh, Saikon of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower of all bodies. And to understand this body and its knower, that is soul, is called knowledge. So knowledge means knowing the body, the soul, and the super soul also. So which all truths have been spoken here in the Tattvatraya? Who will answer this? Atul, Prem Gaur Prabhu. Which all the truths have been spoken here? Hare Krishna.
Kshetra, Kshetragya means Jeev and Jagat.
Kshetra means Jagat.
Yeah.
Okay. Kshetragya means knower of the field. That is, knower is the soul. No? Soul is the knower, right? So, but there is also another Kshetragya, he is saying, who knows all the fields. So, which all truths has been spoken here? Okay, Parsarthi Prabhu.
Here it is
I've already given the answer when I spoke, and still
nor the
these are
field and not
okay.
what if.
Mohini Radhika Mataji has raised her hand. Let us give her once again a chance. Yes, Mohini Radhika Mataji.
Prabhuji, you told us that this.
Yes, sorry. 1 second, please forgive me. Yes.
Prabhuji, you told us that it's between Jeev and Paramatma, and he's talking of Abhidheya's knowledge here.
Here the Kshetra means the body, that is the material energy. So this is the Prakriti Tattva. Kshetragya means the soul. So this is Jiva Tattva. But there is another Kshetragya, that is Paramatma. So that is Jagdishwar. So all three truths are spoken here. So it is, all the Tattvatraya have been spoken. Jeev, Jagat, Jagdishwar. The Kshetra is Jagat. Kshetragya is Jeev, who knows his field. And he is Kshetragyam cha apimam vidhi sarva kshetra shamarus. He knows all the fields. That is, he is all pervading. He is there in the heart of the Jiva. He is there in every atom also. So Jagdishwar is being spoken. All three and their relationship is being spoken. Are you getting this point? Is it clear? Sambandh Gyan, Abhidheya, Prayojan. These are very, very fundamental concepts which should be taught from the beginning in spiritual life. And then when you approach with these concepts, the scriptures, then your scriptural reading will be very fruitful, and then you can, with that knowledge, you act, then you can advance in spiritual life very quickly. Yes, there are two questions. Hemant Kumar Prabhuji, yes.
Yeah, Prabhuji just had the doubt in the last verse that you said. So it's a Sambandha Gyan that is getting reflected in that verse, right?
Yes, Sambandh Gyan.
Sambandha Gyan.
So all these three about Jeev, Jagat and Jagdishwar, it is Sambandh. And the interrelation is, sometimes they are interrelated. Jagat and Jagdishwar, Sambandh Gyan. Even if it is only Jeev also, it is Sambandh Gyan.
Yeah,
Like
not
Sanat
Abhidheya. I mean, no question of Prayojan, but Abhidheya also is like, there's no Abhidheya question also here, right? It's properly Sambandha Gyan in this verse, last verse.
Yeah, it is totally Sambandh Gyan. Correct. It is totally Sambandh Gyan. Abhidheya means, the relationship. When we spoke about acting in that relationship.
Acting in that relationship.
Then it will be Abhidheya. Like Krishna is very clear. Man mana bhava mad bhakto.
Yes.
Like, when in the 5th chapter, Krishna speaks about Gyan Yoga, he gives the sadhana for Gyan Yogis. In the 2nd chapter, he speaks about the sadhana for Nishkam Karma Yogis. That is Abhidheya he is speaking there. Yes?
Okay, thank you.
So like that, you all have to understand. Yes. Parsarthi Prabhu, last question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In the Mamai Vamsho Jivalokya verse, all three tattvas are explained, no? I had a doubt there. I just wanted to.
Yes. The Jiva's relationship with the Lord, the Jiva is part and parcel of the Lord. But now that Jiva is in Jagat and he is struggling very hard with his mind and senses. So the Jiva caught up in the Jagat. In the last two lines is being mentioned. The Lord's relationship with the Jiva, and then the Jiva caught up in the Jagat. Is it clear? Okay. So Sambandha Abhidheya Prayojan is very important, because within this Sambandha Abhidheya Prayojan, there are 10 truths, which is called as Dashamula Tattva. So I wanted to start that today, but I felt this is important because without this, going to the 10 truths, then, we'll not be able to follow. So I will further discuss tomorrow a little more points about Sambandha Vidya Prayojan. And then we will go to the 10 truths which are coming out from these Sambandha Vidya Prayojan. Okay, there is another question. Yes, Atul Prem Gaur Prabhuji.
Yeah, Prabhu. Prabhu, actually, I missed that classes now previous. So now whatever you told, na, I got something out of that. But I think the recording is there. So can I get the link, Prabhu?
Yeah,
So
it is
at
there.
least I
It is
can.
there in the group. You can just go to the group. In the group, you can access it. Okay.
Yeah, okay, Prabhu. Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, so we'll stop here for today. And tomorrow we'll further discuss about Sambandha Vidya Prayojan. And then we'll go back to our Dashamula Tattva discussion. Tomorrow we'll try to discuss each of the Dashamula Tattvas. Then we will go to Sanatana Shiksha, the Lord's reply to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's questions. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai, Shri Sanatana Shiksha.